Hello YouTube. So it has now been over a month since I released my new poetry book, Violet Sorrows. So I would like to read some of my poems that I've written for it. This first poem is Purple. Lavender, violet, and plum, those are the shades in which you come, and the beautiful crystal of amethyst, in the clothes of a passionate monarchist, the symbols of wizards and magic, the symbol of power and status, the symbol of spirit and gladness, the symbol of joy and sadness. This is what you are, purple, you dichotomy of emotions. You're the full circle, the color of all my affections. A man stands alone, wondering where we went wrong. Man waged war on man, and the machine triumphed over all. The machine turned on its master and put him in chains he can't even see. After years of ease and progress, he looks and he sees. There's nothing left to live for. There's nothing left to die for. Long gone are the days of kings and nations, turned to dust and remembered only through history. The church is empty, the club's full. God is dead, as Nietzsche once said. A man stands alone, clinging to what is no longer there. As he lets go, he turns to himself and rekindles a fire the world tried to kill. This is for just a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. I picked up the bar and tugged as hard as I could. As I tugged, I felt as if I was no longer man, but now a machine. For just a moment, my flesh was no longer flesh, but had become steel. For just a moment, I was much, much more than human. For just a moment, I was the overman, an upwards moving force, a going over, a delving under, no longer bound by my stupid human imperfections. I was, for just a moment, a wild beast of nature, a force far beyond human comprehension. For just a moment, I was energy itself. I was a material that God used to craft the universe. For just a moment, I was one with the universe. I was in complete control of my destiny. For just a moment, I was no longer I, but I had been transformed into Ares. I had become Mars, Skanda, Tyr, Kizigen, Verthangna, Woden, Neet, Ogun, Iquenzu. For just a moment, I was a conqueror. For just a moment, I heard the calling of my forefathers. I heard them say, "Pick it up and join us." For just a moment, I saw the face of God, the all-consuming fire, the creator of the universe, the deliverer of justice, the one whose very name brings tears to the evil and the wicked. Yes, for just a moment, I saw his face, and I knew, for just a moment, I was no longer alive, nor was I dead, but I was in a state of self-overcoming. I was in a state of rebirth. I felt my grip loosen, and as I brought the bar to my waist, for just a moment my body became a line pointing all the way up to heaven, and then in that short moment I let go. Slam! Like a lightning bolt, the bar hit the ground with such a thunderous sound that the birds nearby flew off in fear. I stepped away and I rejoined humankind. I returned to my normal life. I laughed and I cried just as any human does. But every day I remembered, in the back of my mind, that I was once more. I had tasted power once, and I needed to taste power once more. So every day, when I am done with my papers and my friends, I leave humanity again, and for just a moment I become more. This is Barely Human. Is there a heart within my chest? Is there a soul behind my breasts? I feel not, I think not, but I am told I feel and think. I am told I do. I am told there is a heart inside of me, a heart full of warmth and compassion, a heart full of joy and energy. I am told there is a soul inside of me, a soul full of empathy and morality, a soul full of comedy and tragedy. But alas, where do I find it in me? Delving into the waves of myself, I find no warmth, no compassion, no joy, no energy. No empathy, no morality, no comedy, no tragedy. Well, that last part isn't true. There is perhaps comedy and there is tragedy. Perhaps it's the only thing I can feel at this point. I laugh and I cry, but I do no more. My capacity to feel anything else has run out. I can let out a dry and powerful laugh, but I can no longer produce a soft and vulnerable smile. I can let out a bitter and sorrowful whimper, but I can no longer produce an energetic and wrathful anger. The heart inside of me has been broken, and the soul within me has been beaten. There is no heart within my chest, there is no soul behind my breasts. I am left alone by those who once said, "Take heart." I am left here alone, breathing and thinking, but barely human. This next one is, what is love? Love is the most powerful sensation. It is a driving force of all, both man and woman, young and old, human and animal. Love is a gentle smile of a mother. It is a pat on the back from a father, the excited greeting of a close friend, the candlelit dinner with a lover, the "till death do us part" of marriage. Love is a warm hug. Love is a night of waiting for the sun to rise. Love is grinning as you fall asleep. Love is finding joy on a stormy day. Love is the power to say, "I do." Unfortunately, I'm afraid to say, I haven't really told you what love is. I have shown you its reflections and refractions, its dispersions and diffractions, but I haven't pulled the curtain to reveal true love's form. So, what is love? Is it a feeling? Is it an action? Is it a desire? Is it life itself? Perhaps it is all of these things, maybe even more, but we may never know its purest form. So all we can do is point as examples and say, there, that is what love is. This is autumn. A cold breeze descends upon the world, wrapping it in a cool embrace. Leaves fall in waves of red and gold, and great clouds roll over the sky. Summer rides away in a blazing chariot, and autumn comes to take its place. Walks in nature, clothed in sweaters, eating inside and making pumpkin pie. Warm fires burn marshmallows black. Bookstores and coffee shops bustle quietly. Neighbors rake leaves, kids jump in, all the animals start to recede. Preparations for celebrations, with costumes, horror, and candy. Autumn has returned, as it always does, so I light a candle and silently read. This next one is Lilac Fields. Our hands were joined in lilac fields. We skipped and scattered among the flowers. I turned to you and said, how the violet skies illuminate your eyes, and the magenta breeze push your hair with ease. I love your periwinkle skin and your lavender hands. If only this were real, if only this were real. I looked out my window and saw the rising sun. Its golden rays broke the indigo skies and woke me from my mauve dreams. I no longer see you. Instead, I see gray clouds and brown dirt and black roads, and faces bearing melancholy blues. But still, I remember those lilac fields and whispered to myself, if only it were real. This next one is the Superman. I was knocked off the seat of comfort and fell into the well of despair. Alone and confused, I crowd for some hand to reach out and grab me, for someone to come and pull me out. Now I find myself here, no longer sitting, but running, running to drink that nectar that no mortal ever dared to drink, running to see the horizon, to see Helios cross the sky. No hand from outside came for me, the hand that sculpted this statue was my own. As the gods fighting the Titans formed mountains, so this conflict inside has formed power. Melted in pain and sculpted through suffering, I became the Superman. This one is I was a Renaissance man. I drowned my mind with noise, though once I filled it with truth. I now waste my own time when I once thirsted for knowledge. I was a Renaissance man, proficient and educated. I am now another lost child, one with the mob and away from myself. This is weakness and strength. From weakness comes strength, as the power to choose comes into gentle, eager hands. That power to choose surges through the body and transforms the mind. It gives new life and it destroys the old, as the soft becomes tough. When the time is right, life will correct itself and weakness will become strength. This final poem is a poem named after the collection, Violet Sorrows. The violet sits, through ice and fire, through rain and sun, through cool and warm, through day and night. The violet stares and a single tear falls, as it dreams of love, comfort, peace, ecstasy, to live as man lives. But it is doomed, doomed to be a violet flower standing tall to bloom in spring, with never the chance to rest and be merry. And so the violet sits, as still as it always has, and still as it always will, and sings its sweet sorrows, its violet sorrows. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you all enjoyed my poems and my poetry. In the future, I want to upload more, and I want to make more videos about poetry and poets that I like, and the history of poetry, and so on and so forth. If you enjoyed, please purchase my book on Amazon, Violet Sorrows. If I get enough people who are interested, I might do a new edition with more poems. We shall see. But thank you for listening. But yes, that is all. Thank you and goodbye.